Buddy, so YouTube tells me constantly to look at my analytics and use these analytics that they give me to base my videos on. And I did, until I found out that the analytics were different depending on where I was accessing them from. If I was on my main account on my computer, it was different. If I was on an account, if I wasn't signed in, it was different count when I was browsing it from a third party, from somebody else's computer or from my laptop, and it was different if I was looking at it through my cell phone. So how am I supposed to use analytics that are constantly different? Long story short is I can't. I can't use those analytics because there's nothing there for me to use. One of them will say 5 views and a like, one of them will say nothing and nothing. How am I'm gonna go with the 5 views and a like, but if I check my cell phone, it gets 0 and 0. This has happened before. I was wondering why my views dropped from 30 to 0 at a certain point in time. Maybe that was me. I'm willing to cop that, hey man, maybe I wasn't meeting the required amount of entertainment delivered per second or whatever. That's acceptable. But also, YouTube wasn't telling me the entire story with their analytics. They would, on one device, it would say 1 view. On another device, it would say 13, and then yet another would say 0. How am I supposed to make sense of this, YouTube? You tell me to use analytics, but your analytics are fucking wrong. How am I supposed to make videos when I have no fucking idea what the response to these videos are? This is really hard for me as a creator to know what the hell my audience responds to when your analytics are basically like Windows XP, whatever came before XP timing system, we just made shit up and it constantly changed. It's like, how, I can make up numbers too, and these numbers I make up would be just as effective at me getting information from them as the YouTube analytics that they give me, because it's completely different. And I know I'm not getting huge amounts of views, but it does make a difference to me when I'm trying to program my content and get more views, go from 5 to 10 or 20 to 30 or 30 to 40. But if it says 0 and says 0 again, but I go back and it turns out, I come back a few days later, it turns out tons of people watch that video when it told to do here.